Gave up, but then a letter came in from a computer expert about a new way of learning how to use the computer just by watching videotapes. The letter was from Kim Komando, who writes a syndicated newspaper column devoted to helping people just like me to get over their computer phobia. She also has her own talk radio show, and when I listened, I learned that I wasn't the only one having trouble with these stupid manuals.
I know I should learn more about computers, and I've tried to read the manuals, but I can't even understand them.
Well, you know, Dory, you're not alone.
Now, Kim claims that her video course called The Computer Tutor actually makes it fun and easy to learn how to use the computer. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, yeah. Let's welcome from Phoenix, Arizona, the computer tutor herself, Kim Komando. Hi, Kim. Welcome to the show. Welcome. I hope you can help me with this, because look at this. This looks like it was written by, like, rocket scientists or something.
The problem with those manuals is most of them are written by computer scientists, and they have a language all their own.
Yeah, I say they do.
You're not a computer scientist, Mike.
No, you got that right, Kim.
But don't worry, my computer tutor course is completely different. I use stories, everyday objects, and words you already know, so it's easy to learn.
Well, give me an example. How do you teach using that?
Well, when you were in school and learned fractions, odds are the teacher gave you one of these.
A plastic pie. Remember the plastic pie?
Well, she cut it in half, she cut it in quarters, and before you knew it, you learned a complex subject like fractions. 2 quarters make a half. Now, wasn't that easy?
Yeah, but learning fractions is one thing. I mean, look at all these buttons. This is a scary thing here, this computer.
That's the same way that I teach computers, with words you already know.
Well, but what about these schools? You see computer schools. They're always pushing computer schools on the radio and television.
Sure, you can spend weeks and months in computer classes and spend hundreds and even thousands of dollars to learn the same subjects on my computer tutor course. But what are you left with after the classes?
Well, you got your notes that you took during
That's right. You're left with your notes, and you're back to those confusing manuals.
Oh, yeah, you're back to manuals again.
So what I did, Mike, is I took my computer tutor class, the same method that has helped thousands of people, and I put it on videotape, so learning the computer is as easy as watching TV.
Now, I gotta tell you something, Kim. I had my doubts about this approach. It sounded too easy, but we had a chance to meet some people who learned from Kim and some people who've had their lives made a lot easier thanks to the computer. Take a look at this.
I own a real estate office. I'm one of these people who, my entire life, I've been terrified of buttons and terrified of machinery, terrified of anything that goes on and off. I'm even afraid of an iron. Then I took Kim's course, and she really takes the fear out of it. She makes things so easy. She uses everyday analogies. I can still see myself moving things from file drawer to file drawer. She really is the computer tutor. Now in our business, we use First Choice, we use Quicken, we use Wordperfect. We even get a CD disc that comes in on a monthly basis that gives us access to every piece of property in the county. I must say that the use of the computer has helped to make us #1 in our business.
The way Kim teaches you to use the computer is just real easy. She uses everyday words. She makes it real comfortable for you want to learn. She makes it real easy for you. I tried to learn Windows by reading the manuals over and over again, and I just couldn't get it. Because Kim makes it so easy for you to understand, I learned how to use Windows in about 30 minutes. I also learned how to use Wordperfect and Lotus 123.
You know, 4 years ago, I started this store with just a few hundred titles and a few hundred customers. Well, we kept everything on 3x5 cards back then. It was a really easy business to run. Well, a great thing happened. The business grew by thousands of titles and thousands of customers. But I had a problem because I was losing track. Well, I knew I needed to computerize, but I didn't know what to do. See, I'm really good at selling audiobooks, but I didn't know a thing about computers. What I like about the way that Kim teaches is that she uses examples from everyday life. She takes away all that intimidating, technical mumbo-jumbo. Even I can understand it. And as a result, I've got 11,000 titles, mysteries, bestseller, fiction. I've got 25,000 customers, their names, addresses, phone numbers to keep track of. And I'm proud to say we're now the world's largest audiobook superstore.
I lost my job, and after I started looking for a new job, every company that I went to wanted me to have computer knowledge, and I had none. So I took a class at a community college, and after that second lesson, I was so confused I dropped the class. And then I found computer tutor training, and zip zap zap, I learned Wordperfect. And after my first lesson, I typed my own resume, and to think that I was afraid to turn the computer on, and now it's just like second nature to me. What an accomplishment. If I can do it, believe me, anyone can do it.
Well, they've certainly caught on, and that last person brought up a very good point. It used to be that computer knowledge was an option, but nowadays, for just about any career, you got to know how to use this thing.
That's why I designed the computer tutor course, to give you the skills that you need to compete.
Yeah, but Kim, what about DOS and megabytes and disk drives and floppy disks? Come
Mike,
on.
they're just words, and don't let them scare you. Come over here.
But they're scary words.
Now, you know what this is.
That's my good old filing cabinet out of my office.
Well, think of the computer as one big giant filing cabinet, and I want you to find the first letter I sent you describing all the success I had with the computer tutor program.
I filed it away under new products, no problem. I don't need a computer for that. I keep a lot of stuff in my phone. Boring Twitter. Not one of my type. Nope. Lunch. Healthy lunch. I have my own special way of filing.
Mike, I found
the
it.
cave.
I let the computer find that letter for me in no time at all.
How'd you do that?
Well, I use a program called Wordperfect to type that letter, but not only did I type it, I also let the computer correct my spelling, correct my grammar. It's like there's an English teacher inside the computer. There's an entire dictionary, too.
This sounds great, but look at the buttons. I mean, come on, who does look at all these buttons?
Mike, you worry too much. All this will become so easy once you watch my computer tutor tape.
So to learn how to work a program like this, all I have to do is watch your videotapes?
Just watch the tapes, no manual.
No big words, right?
No big words.
Okay, well, Kim, we have a little challenge for you and your computer tutor tapes. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, before today's show, we chose some people out of our audience who wanted to learn more about their computer and didn't want to read those confusing manuals. They're over in our audience challenge area, and we set each of them up with a computer from a different manufacturer. There's one from Tandy, Hewlett-Packard, Epson, and Insight. They also have a television, a VCR, and Kim's computer tutor tapes. Now, we're going to check back with them at the end of our show, and we'll see if they can really learn those new programs using your videotapes and no manuals. How you like that?
They're going to learn.
Well, just to make sure no one helps them, meet Chuck. Now, Chuck is our official studio security guard. Now, Chuck, it's your job to watch these people and make sure all they use to learn these programs are Kim's videotapes. You got that?
Got it, Mike. Just the videos.
No manuals, and nobody can help them. You got it, Chuck?
Right.
Okay, buddy. We're going to check back with those people and Chuck at the end of our show, and we'll see how easy it is to learn with your computer tutor tapes.
It is easy, Mike, and once you learn through my computer tutor tapes, you'll be able to do things like balance a family budget, keeping a checking account. I mean, there are so many things. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Now, I really was surprised at all the different things you can do once you learn how to use the computer. In fact, Kim took me to a special store. Now, you wouldn't believe this place. It's kind of like a supermarket of things to do with your computer. Take a look at this.
What about the family tree maker? Organize your family tree.
You make your family tree on the computer. That's
Exactly.
nice.
Look at this one. Eat and lose weight with your computer.
Gotta have this. Gotta have
Remodeling the kitchen with the computer. It's a snap.
it. Can save you a lot of money.
Treasure Math Storm. Educational and fun games for the kids.
Helps kids to learn math fun.
And how's your typing? You'll have
So-so.
your own personal typing teacher, and
I like that.
I know you travel a lot, Mike, and I don't like folding up the maps. Do you?
What does it tell you how to fold your maps up?
No, it'll print out the map just for you.
Well, that's nice. I like that. Look at all these things. I never knew that stores like this existed.
Mike, there's over 100,000 software programs on the market, but the key to using them is knowing how a computer works, which is exactly why I developed the computer tutor system.
Got it. Look at all this. Here. Baseball card collector. I like this. This is great. Gotta have this. You really can do a lot with a computer.
That's right, Mike, you're catching on.
Okay, now your computer tutor course. I know it's on videotape, right?
It's on 4 tapes, and we start out with tape 1 that I call Computer Kindergarten. It's where we all start out. And on tape 1, you're going to learn the basics like DOS, Windows, how to start a program in plain, everyday language.
This is the one I need. Computer Kindergarten. This is mine.
Well, this is Windows, and Windows is like a menu in a restaurant.
Yeah.
This is called a mouse, and with it, we move an arrow, and we tell the computer what we want to do.
So that's what a mouse is for. Believe me, I'll never set another mouse trap in my life.
Well, it's a good sign, and I just picked Wordperfect, and Wordperfect's covered on tape 2, word processing. And on tape 2, you're going to learn Wordperfect and Microsoft Word, 2 of the most popular programs in the world.
And this is easy, right, Kim? Because I'll tell you, I don't know word processing from food processing.
Just follow along on the tapes. You don't need a manual, and you'll be able to make your letters look this great.
Look at that. Oh, this is the one you can type with. This is what I want to do. I want to type letters. I don't want to launch a space shuttle. I just want to type letters.
And look how I just made Ask Mike look.
Oh, look at that. That's great. Okay, tape 3.
Well, we just covered words, And so tape 3 covers numbers. And on tape 3, you're going to learn Lotus 1, 2, 3 and Microsoft Excel.
So this is sort of like word processing, but for numbers this time.
You got it. And because there's so much you can do with a computer, I put together tape 4, the best sellers. And these are the top-selling programs in the market.
What does Quicken do?
Well, this is Quicken, and with this software program, you can balance that family budget, write those checks, all that stuff that used to take up your free time.
This one I can use. Good. Free time. I like that.
You know, Mike, with my computer tutor course, you can learn at your own pace. You can go backwards. You can go forward.
Because it's on videotape,
And
right.
you don't even need to own a computer to learn. And I designed this course for people of all ages, so one set is great for the entire family.
That means the kids can get involved too, right?
You got it.
Well, speaking of kids, we had a chance to visit with a teacher and talk to some kids who learn how to use the computer thanks to Kim's approach. Take a look at this.
It's very important that a child learn to use a computer at an early age. When a young child learns to use a computer, it's as easy for him as to get a glass of water. Kim's technique in teaching is what we learned as young teachers to teach the new material through everyday situations that are familiar, and it makes it exciting and interesting.
Now get this. Alex here has been using the computer since what grade?
First grade.
And what grade are you in now?
6th grade.
So what do you use the computer for?
Well, I use it to type my reports and to play games.
How do you type your reports on the computer?
I use Wordperfect.
And what does that do?
Well, it's a word processing program that corrects your spelling and other things too.
So you type your reports on Wordperfect and your spelling is correct. Don't the teachers sort of wonder why everything you do is perfectly spelled?
Yeah.
But they like it because it's on the computer, huh?
Yeah.
Looks real nice and neat. Now you went through the computer tutor program. What was it like?
Well, I thought it would be boring at first, but after we used the programs that Kim did, it was clear that it wasn't going to be boring.
She makes it fun?
Yeah.
Now, what about people who are afraid of the computer, who they think they're going to turn on and erase it or damage it or something? What do you have to say to them?
Well, I don't know why they're afraid, because they're in control of the computer. The computer isn't in control of them.
He's doing all right.
Our teacher gave us an assignment to write a report, and he told us that we could either handwrite it or use a computer. But he said if you're smart, you put yourself above your competition by using a computer, because your papers will look neater and you'll get a better grade. Since I started to use the computer, my grades have gone up not only in subjects like English and American history, where I have to write a report, but also in like science, where I have to write a lab report, and it makes it so much easier, and I have so much more free time to do things I want to do.
Okay, Mary, what are we going to do here now?
We're going to have an easy typing test.
Okay, I'm ready. What do I do? Start typing?
On your mark, get set, go.
Okay. Easy typing test. I'm doing 9 words a minute, and she's doing 51 words a minute. I think I got to see Kim's tape number 2 again. She's a pretty good little typist there. These children are at such a tremendous advantage having learned the computer at such an early age.
Well, talk about advantage. Do you remember all those encyclopedias we had when we were growing up?
All those big books that were on the bookshelf in our family room, boy, they occupied most of the family room.
Oh, yeah, and then you had to buy those yearbooks, and finding anything meant thumbing through pages and pages of information.
Okay, so what can your computer do about that?
Well, once you go through my computer tutor course, you'll be able to use this service, Prodigy. And on Prodigy, there's an encyclopedia with over 33,000 articles. It's updated quarterly.
Quarterly?
And to find anything, all you got to do is type in what you want.
Now, let me get this straight. Prodigy connects you to an entire set of encyclopedias?
Oh, but there's much more. I don't even buy the newspaper anymore. On Prodigy, I get the latest news, sports scores, movie reviews.
This is the weather map? What is this?
This is an up-to-the-minute weather map.
Up to the minute?
Oh, yeah.
We have much, much more. Stay with us, Kim. When we come back, we're going to meet some people who have found some pretty creative uses for their computers, and we'll finally see how our Audience Challenge members are doing with Kim's Computer Tutor Case. All this and more when we come back on Ask Mike.
Well, I started my career as a construction worker, digging ditches, framing walls, but I knew that I didn't want to be there for the rest of my life. Learning the computer was the tool that allowed me to make a complete and total career change. Now I work at Charles Schwab, and the computer's practically my partner. I only wish I would have had computer tutor back then, because I'd be a lot farther along in my career than I am right now. Besides, learning by videotapes makes it much easier.
So, you're finally going to learn to use a computer.
Yeah, my boss says I better or else. Hey, can you help me over here?
Hello, welcome to Ultrafast Computer and Books. Looking for a manual, a book, a pamphlet, a catalog, a brochure, a chart, a graph? What do you need?
Yeah, I gotta learn to use a computer.
No problem. We have every book written on computers. First, you need to learn DOS structure, then write it to memory allocations, file transfers, disk formatting, EMS assigning, upper block memory setups, and CMOS programming. Everything you wanted to know about formatting, defragmentation, and even hidden compiled executable files. This one even comes with a handy fold-out multi-layer flow chart. I really should be charging extra for this. Now, slide right into Windows, icons, font drivers, printer drivers, drivers, memory management, and your program manager, your startup directory, your auto-exec back file. It's all covered right here. Be sure to save your receipt and have a nice day.
How frustrating. You don't need all that. Introducing the Computer Tutor, the fast, easy, and inexpensive way to learn the computer just by watching TV. Begin with the basics. Tape number 1, Computer Kindergarten. Here, Kim Komando teaches you from scratch to use DOS and Windows in plain, everyday language.
Because Kim makes it so easy for you to understand. I learned how to use Windows in about 30 minutes.
On Tape 2, you'll learn word processing with famous Wordperfect and Microsoft Word. In no time, you'll be typing a perfect letter, an impressive presentation, an A+ school report, or even that mystery novel you've always talked about writing. On Tape 3, watch accounting become easy with Microsoft Excel and popular Lotus 123. Next, on Tape 4, preview and learn how to use the best sellers like Quicken to manage your family budget and even write checks. Microsoft Access to create a database like a holiday card or mailing list, and Harvard Graphics for flyers, presentations, and logos. Forget those thick, confusing manuals or expensive classroom courses. Just watch the Computer Tutor videotapes at your own pace. Need a little refresher on a certain topic? No problem. Just check the index card. Then quickly go to just the right place on the tape thanks to the handy on-screen locator window. Now that's clever. Learning to use a computer has never been easier.
This is pretty easy.
The powerful Computer Tutor video course covers the most popular programs in use, and you don't have to own a computer to learn it all.
What am I going to do with all these books? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you take these books, I will throw in an advanced copy of Modem Butterfly at half price. Hey, come on, give me a break.
Call now, and you'll also receive, as a bonus, a certificate for Prodigy, the network for active minds. Imagine instant access to news, sports scores, weather, encyclopedias, and much more 24 hours a day. It's yours free when you order the Computer Tutor for just 4 easy payments of $19.95.
Wow! Now that's a good deal.
To order the complete Computer Tutor system for 4 payments of only $19.95, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-647-9696. With a Computer Tutor system, you can learn the computer just by watching TV. So call 1-800-647-9696 or send check or money order to Computer Tutor, P.O. Box 65785, Salt Lake City, Utah 84165. Or call 1-800-647-9696 now.
I bet you this is the type of book that a lot of people learn to read with. I learned to read 10 years ago. I was 31 and it opened up a whole new world to me. Because of the way that Kim teaches the computer, it gave me the confidence to use programs I would never dream of before. Now I operate a U.S. National Crime Bulletin Board system as a public service. I have to tell you, if someone took away my power to use the computer, I would feel as bad as if I couldn't read.
Welcome back with our special guest, Kim Komando, the Computer Tutor. Now we're going to meet some people who have found some very clever things to do with their personal computer. First, meet Susan Ratliff. Now, Susan has found a way using her personal computer to build a business, a very profitable business, might I add. Right, Susan?
Yes, Mike. I have a company called About Me of Arizona. I sell a line of personalized children's books that I make on my computer.
Now, we had a chance to see Susan's business in action. We took a film crew, went to a shopping mall. We're going to play back that tape, and Susan, watch the monitor and tell us what's going on here.
Certainly. This is my display, and I have 16 different stories that the children can come up and look at and select the book that they like.
They're all colorful children's books, right?
Yeah, full color, hardbound.
Beautiful.
And then the parent gives me a little information on an order form. I take the child's name, age, city, family, and friends.
I see.
All of that information goes right in the book. Here, I'm typing it right into my computer.
That's a little computer.
That's a laptop. I really like that. Then the whole story's printed out on colorful pages.
So the computer is actually printing the whole book?
That's exactly right. What's really interesting is I bind the book by hand and then deliver it to the child in only 4 minutes.
Looks so professional.
The child becomes the star of the story in the book. It's really great.
That's so clever, having the children's name throughout the book. I bet they love to see their name in print, right?
They really do love it.
Aw. Look at that. Aw, that is so cute. Congratulations, Susan.
Thanks, Mike.
You know, Mike, Susan is just one example of a person running a successful company with a computer.
Well, our next guest didn't build a successful business. Joy Reynolds here figured out a way to put together her family tree using the computer. Is that correct, Joy?
That's right, and it was so fun with family tree software. Well, I just charted the family back to John Hancock and further back to the Mayflower. It was great.
Look at that. That's going to be in your family forever, isn't it?
I'm going to print a copy for each of my 7 children, 11 grandchildren.
Very good. That's very clever.
You know, Mike, I'd really like to appeal to seniors everywhere. You're just never too old to do computer. It's fun. I'm 65 and I'm enjoying.
It looks like you are. Now, Joy, you had to go through one of those computer classes to learn, didn't you?
Oh, at first it was horrible. Everything went so fast and I was embarrassed and felt dumb.
You were embarrassed. What happened?
Oh, I wish I'd have had Kim's tapes, Mike, because I hit the wrong key and all the information went away and I thought I'd broke the computer.
They're all watching you, huh?
Oh, I just wanted to go in a big hole and hide.
See, that's the thing I like about learning at home. You won't get embarrassed, right?
That's right.
Okay, we have much more. When we come back, we're finally going to check in and see how our audience challenge members are doing with Kim's tapes for the first time. Chuck's been watching them. All this and more when we come back on Ask Mike.
I run a successful business out of my home called Zona Keepsakes. I make handcrafted wreaths, dolls, jewelry, and gift baskets, all with a Southwestern flair. I just learned how to use the computer a few months ago, and I find myself using it every day. I'm making marketing forms, flyers. I'm even using it for my accounting. It's very important to my business. I use the encyclopedia on Prodigy because one of my trademarks is to get a little history on each of my items, put it on a card, and I attach it to them. Basically, the computers open a whole new world for me.
My husband and I own a company called Phoenix Courier. We operate out of our home. We do about 70 deliveries a day. I use the computer for everything. I schedule my deliveries, I pay my drivers, I bill my clients. Second to the telephone, the computer is the most important tool in my business. Kim makes the computer easy. She tells stories, she gives examples. She doesn't make you feel like you're a bad person if you don't understand. And then a light goes on in your head and you say, this isn't that hard. I understand it. I got it.
So, you're finally going to learn to use a computer.
Yeah, my boss says I better or else. Hey, can you help me over here?
Hello, welcome to Ultra Fast Computer and Books. Looking for a manual, a book, a pamphlet, a catalog, a brochure, a chart, a graph? What do you need?
Yeah, I gotta learn to use a computer.
No problem. We have every book written on computers. First, you need to learn DOS structure, then write into memory allocations, file transfers, disk formatting, EMS assigning, upper block memory setups, and CMOS programming. Everything you wanted to know about formatting, defragmentation, and even hidden compiled executable files. This one even comes with a handy fold-out multi-layer flow chart. I really should be charging extra for this. Now, slide right into Windows, icons, font drivers, printer drivers, memory management, and your program manager, your startup directory, your auto-exec back file. It's all covered right here. Be sure to save your receipt, and have a nice day.
How frustrating. You don't need all that. Introducing the Computer Tutor, the fast, easy, and inexpensive way to learn the computer just by watching TV. Begin with the basics. Tape number 1, Computer Kindergarten. Here, Kim Komando teaches you from scratch to use DOS and Windows in plain, everyday language.
Because Kim makes it so easy for you to understand, I learned how to use Windows in about 30 minutes.
On tape 2, you'll learn word processing with famous Wordperfect and Microsoft Word. In no time, you'll be typing a perfect letter, an impressive presentation, an A+ school report, or even that mystery novel you've always talked about writing. On tape 3, watch accounting become easy with Microsoft Excel and popular Lotus 123. Next, on tape 4, preview and learn how to use the best sellers like Quicken to manage your family budget and even write checks. Microsoft Access to create a database like a holiday card or mailing list. And Harvard Graphics for flyers, presentations, and logos. Forget those thick, confusing manuals or expensive classroom courses. Just watch the Computer Tutor videotapes at your own pace. Need a little refresher on a certain topic? No problem. Just check the index card. Then quickly go to just the right place on the tape thanks to the handy on-screen locator window. Now that's clever. Learning to use a computer has never been easier.
This is pretty easy.
The powerful Computer Tutor video course covers the most popular programs in use, and you don't have to own a computer to learn it all.
What am I going to do with all these books? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you take these books, I will throw in an advanced copy of Modem Butterfly at half price. Hey, come on, give me a break.
Call now, and you'll also receive, as a bonus, a certificate for Prodigy, the network for active minds. Imagine instant access to news, sports scores, weather, encyclopedias, and much more 24 hours a day. It's yours free when you order the Computer Tutor for just 4 easy payments of $19.95.
Wow! Now that's a good deal.
To order the complete Computer Tutor system for 4 payments of only $19.95, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-647-9696. With a Computer Tutor system, you can learn the computer just by watching TV. So call 1-800-647-9696 or send check or money order to Computer Tutor, P.O. Box 65785, Salt Lake City, Utah 84165. Or call 1-800-647-9696 now.
I have a consulting company that teaches people how to be better healthcare consumers by giving them access to information that they've never had before. Suppose you've just taken your child in for a simple earache. The physician is recommending a surgical procedure to place tubes in the child's ear. You owe it to yourself, to your child, to do some research to find out how successful that treatment is. Is there another alternative treatment program available that may be less risky? And best of all, you don't even have to own your own computer. I'm sitting here in a public library with free access to all of these computers, all of their information, and Kim's Computer Tutor program can teach anybody how to use these computers and thereby gain access to this important information.
Welcome back. Now we're going to check and see how our audience challenge members are doing for the first time with your tapes. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Now, Chuck here was watching, and they only used Kim's videotapes, right?
I did my job, Mike, just videos.
Okay, a good job you did. Thank you very much, Chuck. Our first person here, what is your name?
Antonio Lombardo.
And what did you do?
I printed some checks with the Quicken.
Quicken. And you learned this with Kim's tape?
Yes.
Was it easy?
No manual, very easy.
Very good. Good job. All right. Our next person is?
Maria Villaseñor.
And Maria, what program did you learn here?
I learned Lotus 1, 2, 3, and I worked on my household expenses.
Look at this. She has a whole budget set up here. Was it easy?
Very easy, Mike.
Now, you learned this with the tapes. Was it easier than these big, thick manuals?
Definitely.
No big words, huh?
No big words.
No manual.
Very good. I like that. Next person. What is your name, please?
Debbie.
Debbie, you're learning Wordperfect. Now, why did you want to learn Wordperfect?
I work in a medical office, and I'd like to advance my position.
And you have to have computer knowledge nowadays, don't you?
You need computer skills.
Carry on there. Last is Brian. Brian looks like he's working on Prodigy, right? Where did you look up here?
I looked up Space Shuttle, Mike.
Space Shuttle. This will help you do a report. Now, what else can you find here on Prodigy?
Would you like to see the weather map?
Bring up the weather map here. I'm telling you, Brian could be a weatherman here. He's got some... Look at that weather map. Very good. What a tremendous advantage learning a computer like that. I had my doubts about this. I wasn't sure they were going to catch on, but they did.
It's so easy, Mike. There's no way around it. This is the computer age. You've seen how easy it is with my course. No manuals, no expensive, boring computer classes. If you're a parent, you want to give your kids every possible advantage. If you want a better career, if you want to start your own business, my course gives you the competitive edge. Knowledge is power, and the Computer Tutor course will give you the knowledge and power to be all you've ever dreamed of. I guarantee it.
Yeah, she's right. Thank you very much, Kim. Until next time, I'm Mike Levy. And remember, you can get everything you want out of life, but you have to ask. Bye now.
It's easy to ask Mike. Just send your letters or videotapes to Ask Mike, P.O. Box 470, Hollywood, California, 90078. Or you can fax Mike. Just send us a fax at 310-FAX-MIKE. We'd love to hear from you.
Our teacher gave us an assignment to write a report, and he told us that we could either handwrite it or use a computer. But he said if you're smart, you put yourself above your competition by using a computer, because your papers will look neater and you'll get a better grade.
Kim's Computer Tutor program can teach anybody how to use these computers.
Because Kim makes it so easy for you to understand, I learned how to use Windows in about 30 minutes.
I just learned how to use the computer a few months ago, and I find myself using it every day.
Learning by videotapes makes it much easier.